everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Chadish. I'm excited to introduce another interesting topic. Before we start, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and share this video with your friends. In this video, I'm hosting Karla Vilhelem. Karla is a marketing and PR director specialized in blockchain technology. Over the last 5 years, she has worked with established names in the cryptocurrency industry like Binance, Solana, Elliptic, the Ethereum community, and many more startups on go-to-market strategies, digital marketing, events, and public relations. She has been a mentor with the Founder Institute and Techstars Global Accelerators. She has co-founded Crypto Camp Unconference and MarketWave's digital marketing agency. We are talking about the crypto market and the opportunities. Let's see what she has to say. So, Karla, what is all this hype about the NFTs?
Yeah, thanks for the question. NFTs have really been my focus for the entire 2021. I would say working and reading NFTs, a lot of demand there, a lot of celebrities looking to do NFTs.
Yes.
So just to give you some background, just to make the difference between cryptocurrencies and NFTs. So they're both tokens, right? They're both tokens on the blockchain. But cryptocurrencies, they have a value that we all agree upon and we trade with them. Whereas NFTs, their value is that they represent the authenticity of one object on the blockchain. And that can be anything. It can be like a piece of digital art or music. It can be clothing. It can even be a piece of real estate, like a house. So I can give you some details about an exciting use case like that I worked on.
And we will be happy to hear such interesting use cases.
Yeah, so let me give you a bit of background how it started. Basically in 2017, I think that's when the first wave of NFT was created, and you might have heard of CryptoKitties. They still exist. You can still breed them and create unique CryptoKitties. And even back then in 2017, when they launched, they got really, really popular. And so much so that the Ethereum network was overloaded for 2 months with people kind of playing the game. And after that, they kind of went a bit quiet on the NFT side. Everyone was focused on building DeFi and other things. So it kind of went under the radar. And it resurfaced at the end of last year in 2020 with the same company, actually, Flow, who were the creator of CryptoKitties. And now they introduced another mainstream play, which was really interesting. It was the Top Shot with NBA. Yes. So obviously, they partner with the huge organizations like the NBA, which helped to bring them more into the mainstream. And then you had all these basketball players, the coaches, the teams, they were sharing their NFTs of the best Top Shot and what they were purchasing and promoting their Top Shots to their audiences. So I think that really brought NFTs into the public eye. Especially NBA has really huge audience. And after that, it really went parabolic from there. I would say platforms like Ethereum were already doing that for 2-3 years now, but then you had a lot of other platforms that were created this year, and they all Nifty Gateway, for example, they're doing NFTs for artists like Steve Aoki, Deadmau5. I even saw Formula One did NFTs recently. So it really went more and more popular. And
maybe, Karla, to kind of share one interesting update to you, especially soccer clubs in Europe, they are also soon going to get into the crypto art and kind of offer some of their, I would say, unforgettable moments from their history.
Yeah, it's a huge market. I mean, in the past, we used to have collectible cards, that also had a lot of value for collectors. And it's almost the same, whereas nowadays it's a lot more digital, easy to keep track of their value over time, how much they were purchased, exchanged, and so on. So it's just the evolution of collectibles, I would say. But the thing with NFTs is that they can have so many more use cases than just collectibles. So I will get into that later. But also I wanted to touch on why I think they became popular. It's not only the star power. I also think being in COVID times and like artists and musicians, they were basically at home, not doing concerts, not doing like a lot of road shows, things like that. And when NFTs came along and they have this form of like they can express their art and sell it directly to a fan base, it's exciting for them because they can monetize their art, and they have a new audience of like these cryptocurrency enthusiasts who become their fans as well. So I've seen a lot of like digital artists, like painters, like Beeple. It's one example. He was a digital artist, I think, visual arts, and he got into NFTs and he sold a collection for like $60 million at Christie's. And there's Free Woshes. It's like this 16-year-old kid who was doing art for like 14 years. He got into NFTs, and just like I think what happened is that the crypto community were really excited when when we see like mainstream appeal. So we really supported these new artists. Like the community was really welcoming to them, encouraging them to like do more NFTs and so on. So it's a really fun development in the crypto space.
I also think
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Go
I
ahead.
also think that it will kind of, enable, I would say, potential, digital artists to get into the market. For instance, I just discussed this subject with another guest. I may have a talent, but I cannot be a painter right away. But if I have like digital art skills, even I can become a crypto artist and maybe offer some of my drawings or early artwork. So I think it's kind of an interesting area. It's going to kind of change not only the art industry, but as you mentioned, maybe there will be other use cases from real estate and from other verticals as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think we're just at the scratching like the top of what can be done, and already like there's a lot of excitement, and I think in 2 years from now we'll see way more use cases.
Kind of, do you
Mhm.
think this increase, I would say, the hype around the NFTs, it will have a positive impact on the cryptocurrency market? And how do you kind of see the crypto market in 2021, especially, in this post-COVID, I would say, term?
Yeah, a lot of growth has happened in 2021. I would say NFTs and DeFi are the main catalysts in 2021, and I can give you a bit of background on each. For NFTs, like I said, we had the introduction. We had so many new people enter the market, so many artists experimenting with them. And the real estate one that I mentioned previously, it's really interesting too, because it kind of combines a bit of DeFi and NFTs together. So how that worked is that it's actually a company called Propi. They collaborated with Michael Arrington, who was selling his apartment as an NFT.
Yeah.
So it's an actual apartment. It's not an apartment on the metaverse. It's his actual apartment. And what they did is that they created a company in the United States, like an LLC. It's called like Limited Liability Company. And that company was the one who owned the apartment. And when someone bids on the NFT and they purchase it, they receive like certificate to transfer the ownership of the company, of the LLC. So they become owner of everything that company owns, including, well, in this case, they own the apartment. So that's really interesting. It's like a bypass around like the title deed transfer and like notaries and so on. Like it's an easy way to transfer the asset around. And it makes it almost like collectible too, because now this can go on the market again in a few years and be sold again to someone else as an NFT, and they get to become owners as well. And then if you take this NFT now, because it's in digital form, it's a token, and it represents the house, so it has a value. You can bring it into DeFi, which is decentralized finance, the other like super exciting aspect of crypto this year. Decentralized finance, it means you can get loans, you can borrow money, you can invest and get like passive income or yields with your assets, being cryptocurrencies, like it can be on your Bitcoin, on your Ethereum, or in this case, it could be on your NFT house that you had. So you could like put it as a collateral in a smart contract and get a loan against it from. It's all decentralized, so it's just like if there's demand and if there's one person at the end who borrows and one person who wants to loan, like it's a peer-to-peer transaction almost. So you don't need like a bank to get a loan on your house. So that's like pretty amazing in itself. Like,
Karla, I have a question actually. For instance, if I buy a crypto art, can I use it as a collateral on DeFi and maybe just get a loan, or maybe use it as a payment for instance, a house, as in your case? So is that possible?
It's starting, yeah. I worked with a project called Teller Finance, who did. They did a series of NFTs that they were unlocking different tiers of loans. So, for example, if you purchase, they were like tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. So if you purchase NFTs in the tier 1, you could get a loan up to like $25,000. If you purchase a tier 3, it was a loan up to $5,000. So just by having that NFT in your wallet, you can unlock that loan in crypto. And again, you didn't have to go to any bank. You just went to their decentralized protocol. You collateralize your NFT in their smart contract escrow, and they give you the loan. And then also what they do that's interesting is that if you pay your loan in time, and you can get it again, but also you're building like a credit score for yourself. So that's interesting too. It's not a credit score, but it's a score, like saying like that you're paying your loans fast. Just building that reputation on chain that can unlock even more bigger loans in the future, things like that.
You are now talking about DeFi, and as you might imagine, financial literacy, it's kind of a common subject as well. I was wondering, do you think like cryptocurrency or the crypto world can really help people with financial literacy, or do you think it will make our lives kind of more complicated? Like maybe we will have traditional loans, I would say classical finance, then we will have DeFi as well. So what is your opinion on that?
Yeah, good question. For me personally, like crypto has been an eye opener on the financial side. Before, I really didn't know where to start. Like if I had my money in the bank, and maybe if I wanted to invest in stocks, I would have thought to go to a brokerage or something who would give me like very small return, or like 5 to 10% maybe, and the bank will give me like less than 1% on my saving accounts. With crypto, like the fundamental with crypto is that you are your own bank, meaning like the cryptocurrency, it's in your wallet. You have to manage that, not lose it, right? Keep it safe. But also you can invest it and make returns on your money, almost like a bank would invest in like stocks and ETFs, and so to get your return. You do that in crypto too. And there's a lot of opportunities and ways which you can do it. Again, there's you can invest in different cryptocurrencies, do trading between like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and there's like 10,000 cryptocurrencies really. Just trading between them. You can do DeFi, which is let's say you put a collateral, it's called like liquidity staking. So you would buy, for example, Ethereum, you put it in a staking pool, and you generate passive returns in a different coin. So that coin can be, it's really funny because it's been like, just to make it easy, I guess, for people to understand or to make it more mainstream, it was a lot of like food tokens. So you would get like yam, kimchi, sushi tokens, all kind of those tokens. But at the end of the day, those tokens, they increase in value. So let's say it was worth $10 when it launched. Usually, the more that pool becomes popular, the more they increase in price. So you make passive return on the money that you staked, and then you get your money back. After that, you can unlock the contract, get your money back, plus the additional tokens that you got. That's DeFi. And so, but to do all that, right, you have to kind of like educate yourself. You have to
Definitely.
yeah, you have to understand, like, what am I doing? What's this? What's an APR? What's an APY? Because they tell you, okay, if you invest in this, you will get like 500% APY, and you're like, what does that mean? Like, okay, maybe it seems like a big number, but yeah, you have to like maybe break it down how much you get every month. Or even for trading, you need to understand like the charts, like look how this cryptocurrency performed in the past. Are there any like signals that it's like the bottom or the top? Am I purchasing like with the hype? You have to check the news that are going on in the space. So without doing that, you won't feel like comfortable really like putting your money into this. And because you have to like read so much and understand the news and the market, it really makes you understand how financial systems really work. Because it's the same thing on Wall Street, I would say, but it's at a smaller scale currently, and it's in the hands of the people still. Whereas on Wall
I
Street,
would say
there's like big brokerages, big hedge funds, and so on, who get to play with this kind of.
it's kind of an inspirational subject. Carla, I also wonder one thing. Since like 2016, you are involved in the blockchain and crypto, I would say, community and industry. Since you kind of opened our eyes for like new opportunities in that space. For instance, if I am about to start a career in crypto, what is the best way to do it? Personally, I think that these subjects, they have a lot of subtitles as well, meaning that as you kind of dig deeper, it never ends. You just go deeper and deeper. So what is the best way to start, especially for the crypto business?
Yeah, I started fresh out of college. I didn't know my career was going to be in tech or in crypto. Obviously, it was still a very new industry. But how I got into it is that I just purchased some crypto, and when you purchase it and it's in your wallet, you get to like really understand the mechanics. So like, okay, I purchased it on this exchange. Now I transfer it to my wallet. Now I can like transfer it to anyone around the world in like 5 seconds. And just that in itself, you're like, that's amazing. Like, if I want to send money to my parents in Romania or something, like it's so complicated with the banks, right? Whereas if I just send them crypto, it's going to take 5 seconds. So for me, that was like an eye opener. And it showed me that there's opportunity in this space, and it's a really exciting like technology. And I would say for people it's the same, like really get into trying things, play a little bit with it. Don't put too much money into it, but just try, like get $100 and experiment to see if it appeals to you. And then I would say, like, for opportunities in this, there's so many. Like, the space is growing a lot. And there's need for all kind of talent. Like, if you're a developer, obviously, I think that's the most highly paid one. Like, if you have a developer shop, or if yourself you're a developer, you just learn a new language like Python and Solidity, for example, to code on Ethereum. And the salaries that you will get probably is way higher than what you get right now, because it's a lot of demand. Marketers are also very in demand,
Yes.
because a lot of these companies, they're like very tech oriented. They need help to like build better narratives, to grow their communities online, do advertising, things like that. Designers, like if you design websites, apps, mobile apps, it's also a lot of need for that. And also like lawyers, accountants, writers, really anything, any kind of job you have, there's an transferable skills for it to work in the crypto space. And how you find these opportunities, it's really easy nowadays. They're like LinkedIn,
Communities,
Indeed.
Discord channels, etc.
Not even, like, honestly, there's like they're on Indeed or like LinkedIn. You don't even have to go into like like I would say, like when I started in 2016, it was a lot on forums and Reddit and things like that. And nowadays it's LinkedIn. You can find crypto jobs. There's specialized like crypto jobs websites. And yeah, I would say to start a business, definitely get to know the market a little bit, like maybe work for a project first, see how they're doing, like work with a company that already has done a few projects themselves. And after that, yeah, go ahead and start your company. Once you understand how the community works, how the technology works, all that, like then you can definitely start your company as well.
Karla, I have this kind of final question to you.
Mhm.
What are like I would say, essential crypto-related apps that a user needs to have? Because you talked about the wallets, etc. Like from your end, what are the essential apps for crypto? Or
Yeah,
which ones do you personally use?
essential ones is something like an exchange. So for me, it's Gemini, but it can be Coinbase. It can be something that's available in your country. That's the easiest gateway into crypto, because let's say you have dollars, or you have dollars in your bank. You have an app like Gemini. You can purchase crypto. Then I would use an exchange like Binance, for example, to purchase different cryptocurrencies that are not connected with the bank, that I can just purchase with Bitcoin, for example. Or to get into DeFi as well, you would go to like Uniswap, for example. And also for tracking the prices, it's really important. Like I would say I do that once a day. CoinGecko, it's really nice in terms of graphics, to understand like, yeah, how the price has fluctuated, to see the news related to that crypto and so on. Yeah, so obviously if you keep them on an exchange, like let's say you open Coinbase or Gemini, it's good for the short term, but you don't want to keep them there in the long term. If you want that crypto to really belong to you, it's good to have it in your own wallet. And it's recommended to have like a physical wallet. So you might know Ledger is one, but the one I use is Trezor. So it's like almost like a USB that you plug into your computer. So you physically have to transfer your money, not physically, but you have a physical thing that you can carry with you. Like let's say you travel, your crypto will be in that physical key. And that's way more secure, because on an exchange, you don't own it. It's the exchange who owns it. So if they close in your country, if they get hacked or something, like your money can disappear because you were not owning it really. So that's why it's
And
important, especially if you like want to keep the crypto for like the long term.
and these things can happen, unfortunately. Sometimes these platforms close and people lose significant amount of crypto.
Yeah, you definitely have to keep follow the apps that you use. So if you use Binance, like follow them on Twitter. If you use Gemini, follow them on Twitter to understand like if there's sometimes there's regulations, sometimes technical issues, all kind of things, and you got to be aware of what's coming. So so you're in control of your money.
I really want to thank you because you provided a lot of good insights, not only on NFTs but the cryptocurrencies and the opportunities as well. Thank you very much for this, all these insights, Karla.
Thank you so much, Cagdas. I really enjoyed my interview with you.
Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video. In the next episode, I will be hosting another guest with an inspiring topic. Please subscribe to my channel and share this video with your friends. Till next time, always go with the flow, stay awesome, and listen to your heart. Bye.